Good evening, everyone. Dr. Stacy here. Welcome to our Wednesday night Wellness Wednesdays, focusing on our X2O water machine that just launched last week and another batch dropping in tomorrow. So if you are on the wait list, be ready at noon Eastern tomorrow, 10 Mountain Time, to be online and frantically get to your store and your water technology tab to purchase your machine if you have not yet. If you are a guest tonight, or if you are looking at this X2O technology for the first time, welcome. My name is Dr. Stacy. I have a PhD in integrative medicine and a PhD in functional medicine. The information I'm sharing tonight is not intended to, of course, make any claims to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent anything. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you any medical advice. If you have questions in regards to your health, please check with your healthcare practitioner. They'll be able to best help answer any questions you have. But know that this information is going to be very valuable for you, I do believe, and you will want to definitely be able to have a conversation with the person that invited you after this and then make your decision to join us as a brand partner and purchase one of those X2O water machines and our LifeWave technology. Don't worry, there's more dropping in next week as well too. So if you're not available to get one, if you're not one of the first 450 that are able to purchase tomorrow. So let me get started here and share with you a little bit of information about LifeWave's X2O technology. And then, of course, I'm going to introduce you to our two amazing doctors that are going to share more information about their clinical experience in their practices. So the thing with our X2O is that most people think, oh, this is a water machine. This is about hydration, about drinking more water. But clinically, we're actually seeing something very different. People are drinking water, but they're still fatigued. They're still inflamed. They're still not recovering. So the question is, are you hydrated? Is your water actually supporting cellular function? So with our X2O, we look at three things. First of all, it is the filtration. This is a non-negotiable foundation. So before we talk about anything advanced, we have to start with this. Most tap water, even good water, contains heavy metals, chlorines, byproducts, microplastics, forever chemicals. These are not theoretical. They are well-documented contaminants that are in our water. So step one is simple. We're going to remove all of that out of the water. The heavy metals and the toxins, the chlorines, the disinfectant, the microplastics, the forever chemicals. Because if you don't fix this first, nothing else actually matters. So looking at step two, with this machine, we are infusing the water with hydrogen. Now, we know there are hundreds and hundreds of peer-reviewed papers on hydrogen-enriched water. And this is where the science gets interesting. Molecular hydrogen. It's been studied for reducing oxidative stress, supporting mitochondrial function, improving recovery, and helping to reduce the inflammatory markers in the body, just to name a few. So hydrogen's small enough to penetrate the cells and even impact your mitochondria. So instead of just hydrating, you're potentially supporting cellular redox balance as well. That's a meaningful upgrade. But let's look at the third step with our X2O water machine. Now, David Schmidt is the owner of LifeWave. He is the CEO, the founder, and he is the inventor of our technology. This invention initially goes back 7 years with the X2O water machine in his mind and the concepts that he had. But know that LifeWave is a 22-year-old company. David holds over 200 patents himself personally, and our wearable light technology is patented. So we are looking and working with technology that is patented. With this X2O water machine, he holds 20 patents on this machine alone. So step three is where everything really gets interesting. David has discovered which 6 wavelengths of light that are healing wavelengths of light that are best suited to infuse into water. And he has patented these wavelengths of light. So this water is embedded with these specific light frequencies to support things like collagen production and hormone regulation, bone health, immune system function, mitochondrial energy production. So we see that you filter out the water, you infuse it with hydrogen, change that bond angle, and infuse it with 6 healing wavelengths of light. So there's a synergistic integration here with our patches. So light-infused water complements the biophotonic signaling used in these patches. So drinking the water from the inside, it's infusing all of your trillions of cells that are inside of your body with these healing wavelengths of light, this hydrogen, this purified water. It's going to amplify the effects of the patches which are applied from the outside. So we also, of course, look at anti-aging, longevity applications. That's personally my reason for drinking this water every single day, is elevating my own KP pathway, which increases my own NAD, turns on Saturn genes, and turns back my clock. So not only have the patches taken me back to age 25 and have been hanging out there, I definitely know this water machine has made even a bigger difference in that age reversal component. I can see it in every aspect of my life. So linking this reversing cellular aging and restoring youthful physiological functions together is what this technology does, patches and water. So in a way that's going to support that cellular communication and energy dynamics. So what this means practically is you have clean water, hydrogen support, and bioenergetic enhancement. So creating a better internal environment for that cellular hydration, energy production, recovery, and overall system efficiency. So finally, talking in the last little bits of this is a tool that's either going to support or limit cellular function. That's what water does. It either supports it or it limits it. So is your water supporting your cellular function or not? Because at the end of the day, your biology doesn't care how much water you drink. What the water actually does once inside of your body is what it cares about. So with that being said, I'm going to call Dr. Holly up here first. And Dr. Holly, I'm going to pin you up here with me. I want you to share with everyone how long you've been using the X2O, what you've noticed personally, and then also talk to us about those top 5 to 7 clients and how this water has made a difference in your practice with them.
Absolutely. So, Stacy, I'm blown away by the effects of this water. I got my machine, I think it was back in September, so I've been using it since then, September, October, and it's just life-changing. The amount of energy and the energy level that I have and the ability to accomplish and do the things that I can do is just over the top, especially considering at one point in my life when I was not very healthy and I was having health issues, I could barely get up and walk. I would have to like take naps during the day because I would be so tired. And the patches have been absolutely phenomenal, but the water just takes it way over. You can feel the energy. I decided to put the machine into my office because I'm like, all right, well, let's see. Let's see the proof. Let's see how this works. Let's see how this is going to help people. And I knew that I would be able to help people by having it there. So I give it to my clients before they get treatment. And what I found absolutely fantastic was one person, I took their pulses, and I've done this since, but I took their pulses before giving them the water. And I'm like, okay. And I could formulate in my mind what I wanted to do and how I wanted to treat them according to where their pulses were. And I said, oh, wait, I wanted to give you the water. And they're like, oh, yes. I gave them the water. I redid their pulses, and their pulses totally changed. So in Chinese medicine, there's 3 different pulses on each side. So that's 6 pulses, and you're feeling into the different organs and how they are functioning together or not, and which ones are having deficiencies or having trouble getting the energy to move through or to function. And it helped to gain more harmony between the organs and better flow through the organs. You could actually feel the chi, the energy in the body, ramp up. And it changed the treatment that I needed to do. So I was using less needles, Another person, and that was great. I mean, and she could feel when she drank the water, she could feel the water in her system and it hydrating her cells. And what's very interesting is she was very much a water drinker and she would always be pounding the water, but she always felt not hydrated to me. Whereas this actually, to me, you could feel the hydration in the body. So it was interesting. It's not always how much water you drink, but whether your body's able to absorb it. So
Mm.
that was a big learning curve on that. And then I had another person that I had given the water to, and it totally changed the treatment that I needed to do also, where it was like, okay, we're not even going to use any acupuncture. We went totally into a whole nother different type of treatment that was really way more up leveled. It was more of a shamanic and more of on being able to work with the spirit because it was beyond the physical because she already was able to raise her vibrational frequency and raise where she was at. So we were able to do so much more. So what I've also noticed is it shortens treatment times. Like sometimes you'll have I have people come in that, one guy specifically, very bad car accident, terrible. Actually, it was a motorcycle. And one of the toughest, hardest people to treat. And because it was such a damaging accident. So his benefits have always been incremental, where he will get better, but it takes a while. Adding the water totally helped him to be able to get better quicker. So it's like, okay, no, you don't need to come in, 3 times a week. Well, that's going to help him in his pocketbook. He only needs to come in now once a week and he's able to get that benefit. And the water has really helped to be able to get the cells hydrated. And what I really find very interesting is you're able to get more to that level of the sinews, so the tendons, the areas of the body that maybe don't get the best blood flow and the best oxygenation, you're able to treat those areas at a much deeper level. And I've seen that with several clients, with him specifically, but then there are other ones that I can think of. I have another client who had a lot of health issues since childhood, and she um, had a very bad, severe brain injury. And I've been working with her for a while, and she does well with the treatments that I do. I do advanced brain work and cranial sacral therapy and acupuncture, and she was doing the patches. I give her the water before the treatment, and it definitely helps everything to open up more. It relaxes the body more because it's able to get more nutrients to the areas that need to have that flow. It's amazing when I stick my hand on, because I do the advanced brain work, when I can put my hands on somebody's brain and I can feel the difference in the cellular, in the matrix, in that cellular hydration.
Mm.
So sometimes you'll put your hand on somebody and you can feel the dehydration in the brain. It's almost like stiff. So that's when I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I go out, I get the water, and I give them the water. I have them drink the water, and then I can put my hands on. So it's helping me to help my clients to be able to get better quicker. They're feeling it. I have one client too that I can think of off the top of my head that are neurodivergent. And the one guy, he tells me he can feel it. As soon as he drinks it, he feels it in his brain. He says, I can feel that in my brain. And when I put my hands on him, I'm able to do even more to help him. And it's such a big shift in his whole way of being and his mood, to see his mood to be able to be elevated and to see him be happy because he doesn't feel so bad, to say a nice word. And then I have another man that is also neurodivergent, and he has better speech. And I know it's not just the water because he's also doing the patches. And for him, I was treating him, and it's like you're getting the trajectory and you're seeing him get better. Added the patches, he's getting even better. and then adding the water during treatment. And it's just adding exponentially to the treatments to be able to get people further along quicker
Mm.
and just further along in general. Like even family members had said they didn't ever think that, because he was already an adult, they figured, well, this is what we got. So they're just so happy and thrilled that they see way more improvement and he's happier. And to see that and to see the joy and to have somebody feel joy that, they may not have been able to feel before,
Mhm.
because you're able to add that to the system and you can feel the vibrational frequency when you give somebody that water, and for it to it's like it cleans the system. I have another guy, he's an athlete, and when he was talking, he's like, it's like he feels cleaner and like everything being able to move. um what did he say? Let's see. Oh, he felt more stretch in his tissues. So that's better hydration. So when everything's more hydrated, you have more flexibility. So it ups his game in being able to do what he likes to do, which is, competitive. Oh, sorry.
A client wanting water for the morning.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I do. I have people sometimes knock on my door to get water, which I've had just a slight issue with lately because I have so many people that I give it to. I give it to everybody now that I kind of have to tell people, you got to let me know when you're coming so I can keep some aside. Because pretty much it's very rare that there's somebody that comes in that I cannot give it to. Like one person, I could only give them a half dose today before the treatment. I hadn't seen them in over a year. And it was just like, oh, this is how much you need right now. And then after the treatment, I had already started to pour it, and she goes, I feel like I need some more of that water. And I already knew. I was like, yeah, I could feel like her body was like ready for the other half of that dosage. I don't know, it's not really a dosage, but the other half of that glass of water. So that was really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just been absolutely amazing. I go down on my days off to my office to actually drink it because I miss it when I don't have it.
Wow.
So that's really cool. Um, I've given it to my grandson when he was not well, and I was like, ooh, he is not vibing. And he was having wheezing and all these other issues, and he was 5 months old. And I'm like, yeah, this is not good. And I was working on him, and I could definitely feel changes in the system. And it was funny. And I was like, look, he's to the point, because it's not my child. I'm like, he's to the point that he probably should get him checked out. Well, they went to get him checked out, and they're like, well, he seems better now. They're talking to me on the phone like he's not having an issue, which was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Um,
How much water did you give him, Holly? How did
I
that?
gave him I put 6 ounces. It was a bottle of formula, and I put 6 ounces of water. And I did that more than once for him when he was having issues. He also doesn't have any liver cheese stagnation anymore. Like the liver is feeling good. There used to be a lot of tension,
Oh,
and you could feel in the system, and that's gone. And he doesn't get it that often. It's only when, they're around. So maybe he's had it like 2 or 3 times, 3 times, I think. But each time I have noticed a big difference.
uh-huh.
And I see a difference in his system. And I have no qualms because I just feel in to the baby, and I'm like, yeah, I can give that to him. And he was fine with it. No
Wow.
problems whatsoever. I was very happy to be able to do that.
Mhm.
Um, Hip, I have another lady, she has a hip issue that's been years. They told her she needed a new hip, blah, 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 all that. Um, she's hiking up and down hills. She's been using the patches for quite a while. And whenever she comes into the office, it's like, oh, I want that water. Um, and everybody's so excited that the machines are coming out now. So, I have people waiting in line. I have
Yeah.
somebody that just got it and just set it up. And so I'm just really thrilled for that. Do you have any other questions?
I'm mind blown. Honestly, I feel like listening to you speaking in your clinical experience is like listening to David speaking of all the results from the clinical studies. Like you hit every single aspect of things that he saw in studies with people. You're experiencing it, let's just say in real life, not that those people aren't real life, but in real life clinical practice with people on a daily basis. So I'm just so grateful that you took the time to be here tonight and to share your expertise and your information and your wisdom in the body and how you interpret and feel things and utilize this in your practice. And so I'm excited for your patients as well too, to be able to have their own machines.
One other thing I do want to say is I've used them to make elixirs also, which has been fabulous.
Wow. Okay. That's good to
So,
know.
yeah.
We'll have to dive into that on another topic for sure. So, thank you, Holly, again for being here and for pouring into our community such great information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Dr. Debbie, let me get you up here on pen. And same thing, let's get you unmuted. There we go. Let's talk about how you've had that machine and how you use this yourself and in your practice as well.
I've had my unit since July. I don't remember. It seems like just yesterday. And the miracles we've seen here in the office, kind of like what Dr. Holly was talking about, they are unreal. So I have to remind myself to get these people recorded while they're telling the testimony. Because, you know, the water becomes the transport system for us. So all of my people are already, the majority of them, patching up, whether it be just one or like myself using everything that the company has to make, to where you have to have a little file box for it. I'm just saying. And let me just remind everybody that everybody on this screen should basically have everything you need. Those of you who have heard me talk before know that I offer a guarantee with my products in 5 easy steps. Those 5 steps have changed because LifeWave has them all. It starts with the water transporting into, that's number 1. This is number 2. This is the Celergize morning. That transports everything to cells. The cells start communicating. The body wakes up for the day. It is truly a win-win situation. Then we're going to come in and we're going to put the patch on of X39 so we can help the body get those 4,000 brand new stem cells going. I'm still drinking the water, still doing my thing. Everybody else that belongs to me is doing the same thing. At night, when we take the X39 off, we put on the aloe vera so that we can help the body to lengthen the telomeres, which will now extend their lifespan by 30 to 40%. So you can see how this program is going to work for everybody and anybody. And then all you have to do is figure out what foods they need to eat. And we have the equipment to run that. And I know I've got limited time with telling testimonies. Y'all, we could do this for like 10 years. I've got 10 minutes. And those of you that know me again know that's going to be hard, Dr. Stacy. You're going to have to do this bit to get me to shut it off here. So someone I want to tell you about that was in my office. She flew in from another state. I had told Laura this story before. I made her a glass of water. She went off to the bathroom to get me a sample of her DNA. She comes out and she tells me, "You are not going to believe this." She holds her arm up to this level and says, "This is where, as far as I used to could raise my arm." I didn't even finish drinking this water. She's holding her glass of water, but it was, I don't know, maybe half full. She said, "Now look at me." And she's raising her arm and waving it around. I went, "Oh no, let me get my phone. I got to get this video recorded." It's another amazing testimony. And then we've had another one almost as fast in that he was already like a Tarzan, a Superman, in great shape at the age of 70 due to this technology, and of course being my client here. And he was working on her front porch or putting in the screen porch. I can't remember the exact details. And he fell through the porch. And he sent me the pictures. I said, "First of all, you need to go to the ER. It looked horrible." And so he's telling me, "Well, I'm not going to be able to come get the water tomorrow morning. I said, oh, yes, you are. Whoever needs to drive you, you need to come. He said, no, I don't think I need it. I think I will be fine. He goes to the ER. He finds out all the damage he has done. They're telling him he needs the little cane, the walker, the whole 9 yards. He got a ride to pick up the water, and I gave him 2 servings, not just 1, but 2. And I said, this is what you do. These are the patches I want you to use. And it was 3 or 4 days later, we were leaving to go to the California convention because he was like, I don't know if I can do that. I said, oh, yes, you are. I've got him on video. Y'all know, y'all were there going up and down the stairs, walking 15 to 20,000 steps a day and never had an issue. If we would not have had that water to transport and meet up with the patching that he did, which he wears all of them too, I don't know that he could have had the same result. Well, I don't like to put the negative verbiage out there, but I just know he would not have done as good as he did and came through truly like a Superman would be. Where's Gary at? He needs to be on this screen to hear my Superman stories. This other one is unheard of. This gentleman who was having severe health issues even started having to get shots in his eyes, and therefore he got to where he couldn't drive out here anymore for his appointment. Somebody had to bring him because bright lights would come through like red or blue. He'd be sitting in my chair saying he couldn't even see myself. So they had surgery scheduled for that following week, and we upped the ante on the water. We increased the water intake. Needless to say, that surgery was canceled. He can now see. Vision is restored. None of the shots are needed anymore. And like I said, he had severe health issues. Because y'all, people that are coming in to see me, they're not coming in to see just how healthy they are or not. They've usually been diagnosed with trying to be compliant here, a lack of ease, which is the definition of
Disease. You can say it, girl.
Okay, with disease, and just had so many health issues that he was even on the list to start on kidney dialysis. And we also upped the ante with the patching and with the water, and that was canceled too. His stories are, if you could just interview him, well, it would take hours. It would blow your mind to know what all it did. It was his wife, as a matter of fact, that was in the hospital with him while he was having a bunch of different things done. We didn't know if we were going to have him or not, but she got a severe eye infection. So one of the girls who lives out in our community is related to them. And I told her, I said, come by here. I'm going to make some eye drops with water. She's like, you're doing what? I said, well, I just got off the phone with her. She said she's got an infection. This is going to light her up. I'm going to tell her where to put the patches. I had her shift them all around the head, throat, neck area, behind the ears. And yes, in the hospital, who's going to carry you in the hospital? I had to put the little patch X39. I had her put that between the eyebrows and shoot the drops of water in her eyes, and the infection cleared up the very next day without the other relative having to even come by to get more eye drops.
Wow.
That, I know, that was huge. And one more, how much do I have? A little bit more time? I got one more. It's so good.
Go for it. Go.
Okay. This lady that had extreme swelling with this disorder, starts with the L, where the ankles and the legs just get extremely swollen. She couldn't even hardly walk into my office for an appointment. I sent her home with some water, told her husband to start picking it up at said time in the morning, every morning without fail. And I would make a second serving, and it wasn't for him. I said, this is for her to dip a cotton diaper into, and I want that wrapped around her ankles. And by day 3, she was able to start walking again without, the skin was literally cracking, almost bleeding. It was so swollen. And she's one of the ones trying to figure out a way.
Was she drinking it and putting the in
yes.
her body? Okay.
Drank the serving, and then in the second jar, she was to dip the cotton diaper in there and bring it out, and of course wrap her legs and stuff with it. So that works for that one. And then we had one more that I'm going to tell y'all about that he had overcome a very serious disorder, has to do with the lungs. They didn't know if he was going to live or not. He overcame just by drinking the water. He only did one patch. Y'all, he loves to eat out. How about I say it that way? Loves to eat out. It's not like he was following this very strict program, but we added water to it. And so when he went back into the doctor's, I don't know, 2, 4, 6 weeks later, I have no way of remembering because I've seen so many stories coming through the office. And they told him, whatever you're doing, keep it up because now you're disease free. So he's one of the ones that gave up his spot in my getting up at 2 a.m. and making all these rounds of water. Thank you, David. The water unit's now available, but I don't have to do that anymore. But he said, give someone else his slot since he had been cured from the medical profession. I always try to tell people you need to learn how to maintain the miracle because you don't want things coming back, especially if a lot of other things haven't been changed. Well, it came back. And so now we are upping the ante. They've got their own water unit. I will be going, well, actually, John's going out there tomorrow to hook it up for them and bringing them healthy food. And now he said he's going to start applying all the patches, which his wife does wear. And I got more about dogs and cats and people and humans. It works. This is like the transport system to getting down. I mean, you have everything you need. People don't need an appointment with me anymore. The ones that are on a waiting list, I was telling Leah today, I'm telling them already, tomorrow and Friday, we're doing Zooms. And I'm going to tell you what to get started on until I can get you in the month of July. Because you might as well start now because it works.
Wow, Dr. Debbie. Oh my gosh.
Y'all see why I'm addicted? I love what I do. I love my people. I do.
Oh, that shows. And what incredible testimonials. Serious situations with people that this water has impacted dramatically. Wow. And we will definitely have you back on to share more. And we would love any of your patients that want to come on and share as well too, personally. We are still interviewing people the rest of this month. So anybody that wants to share their personal water testimonial and how this has impacted you, we want to hear you on Wednesday night. So thank you so much, Dr. Debbie, for taking the time and pouring into our LifeWave community as you always do. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
We will have you back on a Zoom again soon. All right, you guys. Whew, I'm sure you're mind blown. I'm mind blown. I mean, what incredible testimonials. What an incredible in-person clinical experience from these two doctors to be able to share their experience with their patients. So thank you so much for pouring into our community. I know this is going to impact thousands and thousands of people that are going to be watching this replay. We are going to do a giveaway. We have about 50 people that have submitted our JOT form. So we're going to be giving away 5 free sleeves of supportive patches. Now they pick their supportive patch of their choice. And so I am going to be sharing my screen and we're going to be spinning our wheel of names and see who we have here for our wheel winners. Let's get this bigger. There we go. Okay, fantastic. All right, we have how many? Where's my top at? We have 44. Sorry, we have 44. There were some duplicates. We have 44 names in here, and I am going to spin again. You guys picked your patches, whatever you wanted for free. We know the patches are the signal. That's the foundation that we want to start with. Our X39, of course, is always our starting point. Sherry, congratulations. You are our first winner for a free supportive patch of your choice. And our next guest is going to be Christina. Congratulations, Christina. Way to go. You're getting your free supportive patch of choice. And of course, the person that invited you here can help you get set up with your own wholesale pack so you can get all the patches that you want. I know you're just going to be getting one for free. So Cynthia, you are our next winner. Congratulations, Cynthia. And let's see who's number 4. We have 4 different wholesale packs, and as a brand partner, you have the ability to purchase the X2O water machine as well too. So Christine, that's you. You're winner number 4. And winner number 5 goes to, don't worry, Leah and Laura, I will show you the results list as well too. No, you're like, you're taking them off too fast. I know we ran over a little bit, but I wanted to hear every second of what Dr. Holly and Dr. Debbie had to share. All right, Deborah, congratulations. So our winners are Sherry, Christina, Cynthia, Christine, and Deborah. Thank you, ladies, for being here this evening, and thank you to all of you for being here this evening. Please get back with that person that invited you. They're going to give you more information. They're going to give you more information about X2O as well, and how you can become a brand partner with your own wholesale account, take advantage of this incredible technology, and be able to be on that wait list to purchase a machine even tomorrow. Literally, you could sign up right now tonight as a brand partner, literally be on the wait list, fill it out tonight, wait list, and pop on tomorrow at noon Eastern and get your water machine tomorrow. Because whoever's on the wait list, and we have over 2,000 of you all, let's just be honest, whoever's on the wait list, you got to be on tomorrow at noon to purchase your machine. It's going to be a first come, first serve until they're out of those 450, and then they'll drop in at least another 500. We're hoping for 1,000 more next week. The shipments are coming in every single week. They got to go through quality control. That's the deal. We've got to make sure they're good, they're in their best condition, everything runs through. Yes, perfect, good, okay. And then we can let all of you purchase them. So again, thank you for being here. And of course, we will have this recording out, and I look forward to seeing you all on Zoom soon.